Okay. Right?
Rest, because I think you pause too long. Just da 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 dee da da dee da 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 dee da da dee da 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 da. Don't worry. Maybe just go.
Okay. It's so weird to play completely outside of your rhythm.
I know.
It's like I'm trying
Actually, from my side, I feel okay. You know, somehow, why?
You sound like this.
Still have a do you have a Ethernet?
Yeah, it's Ethernet.
Okay, wow. Okay, don't slow down. Otherwise, you know, everybody waiting for each other. Actually, I didn't slow down. I don't know why.
I know, this is what happened last time.
Still here because this da 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 dee da da dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da da. Don't you know the da 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 dee da da? You rest too long. Da da da. Yeah. Okay.
It's a weird.
It's a weird. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. I feel pretty good, but the things that maybe we can, it's good, right? So maybe we can just like for example, sometimes I just wait a little bit, make sure I can make adjustment, go back to you, because sometimes on and off, you could do same thing when you solo, you know. Then okay, that's
well,
just
but the problem is I don't know where you really are. Like, you know, when I slow down to meet you, you
don't slow down. Don't slow down. I just have a pulse. You keep the rhythm. Yeah, I keep the rhythm, then I can catch your. Now you see me. I play this rhythm like a loop now. That's good.
It's not going to be rhythmically perfect, but it's
We just waiting. Sometimes find the rhythm, you know, catch back, and that's the important. So can we do the ending? Can you play the dum 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 dum? Yeah. Ending is like
Yeah, but you're not.
Okay. 教授。
Can you do the ending?
小芬，
你好。
小芬，祝你演讲成功。
谢谢，我上次看你很棒，很有启发。OK。
好，你先忙，我不打扰你。
Raz, can you play boom 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 boom? You play your
You do the
rhythm.
ending.
Yeah, you.
Let me hear it.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead.
Wait, don't slow down. Just da 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 da.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not slowing down. It's the
Yeah,
program.
I know the distance. You know.
You just slow down right now, and you don't.
Okay,
even
I'm
know.
not gonna slow down. Okay.
No. It's not a matter of you're not
Oh,
understanding.
maybe I just play. I play, and then you just check. Da. Good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing
Great.
something different. You do your own thing.
Okay, great. Can you just play a little bit of ending and your rhythm, Nick? Yeah,
Which
can
one?
you play a little bit of rhythm?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, 2 times. Okay, one more time. Okay, maybe we listen to each other a little bit.
Do just the ending.
Okay, 1, 2. Okay, 1, go. Wow, it's kind of delay, you know.
Yeah, there's a total
Yeah.
delay. Do it again.
Okay.
1, 2, 3,
4.
4.
Great. Yeah, watch a little bit each other.
Yeah, but it's still off. Like,
Yeah,
I
it's a
can't
little
hear
bit.
the-
Unfortunately, this is a distant, problem, Yeah. All right. So wonderful. Can you hear me good? Balance is okay. Right?
Yeah.
Balance is okay. Now you have to go back. Don't forget, otherwise it's a
So now we
problem.
have to go back to Sonam.
You have to
Soon.
go back to
Yeah.
Sonobus, okay? So, great. Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
You guys, how's it going?
How's it going?
Hey, it's working.
That's working.
Oh,
Good.
Min, so should I call you Xiaofen or just Min? Is that okay?
Min,
Min, okay.
Whatever
So
easy, I don't want to make people feel too hard. And
you've been making me
Daisy,
hard for a long time.
my name is hard. Daisy, can you hear us? No, can you talk, Daisy?
Yes, very
Oh,
good.
great. Okay, we do our best because
Min, the only thing is, you need to talk into the mic.
yes,
You're too
I
far
will.
away.
I'm gonna make it even louder here.
Is my voice okay, or is it too?
I can hear very good.
Can you hear? Okay.
Yeah. Good.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, good.
Cool. Wow. Getting there.
We got there, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm the only one who has to do anything now, and that's a good thing.
Can Neria share her PowerPoint for a little bit? We can go through the
Share her what?
So
PowerPoint.
something, right? Go through
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I think I have everything together. I added all of the stuff that Daisy asked me to.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
What does Steere Darshan mean again?
A visit with you.
Steere Darshan means a visit with you. I'm not sure what the Google translation Neria got, but
It's called like your teacher something.
no, that's not it. It's a visit with you.
Whatever Google Translate told me, I don't.
No,
I'm
no,
not
I'm
fluent.
just saying it's that's what, but you don't have to translate it. I mean, I'm just saying.
I think Neria, the CD pages is like after. Oh yes, the CD page. Yes, it's over there. Yes. Then. CD pages is before the last show, last the video. Mute it.
Yeah.
You said
oh,
to
this one.
put the CD pages after O Sole Mio.
No, CD pages after the OASIS, the video of let's see. Oh yes, you're right. My fault. Sorry about that.
Flying fingers. You have a flying finger.
Hi, Min Lao Shi, do you get my WeChat message for we added the also the mail of that?
Yes.
yeah.
I did add it a little bit. Let me see, what I say. Let's say. What number?
Number 11.
Yeah, 11. Okay. So one second.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. 72. Oh, just cold is good then.
yes. Here. Okay. Okay. Here, I will say that, hey, I remember you and I performed one word opera together at the Carnegie Hall 3 years ago, right? So the concert was organized by a beautiful couple. Do you think I should mention their name? Huh? What do you think? Daisy.
Take the white
Daisy, can you hear us?
The what?
center of your.
I muted. Yeah, if you can, yeah, whenever you like.
Do you need? Do you want me mention their names? Zhang Jinghan and the husband Hong Jiajun 是吧？家俊红是刚好家俊。
If you like, yeah.
Yeah, the concert was wonderful, perfect. I just say, oh, the concert was perfect.
Why not? Yeah, you can mention their names, or
Okay.
just it's a collaboration between the Chinese instrumentalist and the Italian operas. Yeah. Thank you.
Sure, I will mention.
What's the name of this rag again?
Yeah, Neria, could you you can please put the
Solomia, right?
and then 757 or 8 you can then
The Nashi. Yeah.
you can stop share.
No, I know, because you got
Yeah,
the.
thank you.
It goes out of rag, but when I do my improv, and I think maybe your chords might be based on Punya Danashi.
Yeah. It's all very loosely based on stuff. So, but that's what it's supposed to be. It's influence of.
Yeah, Buddha internationally. Well, part of it, yeah, and then part of it just goes completely out of it all.
Hi Susan, I made you like a co-host. Then if you want to put their website, you can go ahead to do it. Then
No, it's okay. I think we're good.
you got their website. Thank you.
How do you get a guitar player to stop talking? Put a guitar in his hand. Constantly. It's like I constantly want to play it. Weird. Okay. Everybody can hear you.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, I don't need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I'll go to. I think I can go to the bathroom myself. It's a comedy act over here. Like, you need to go to the bathroom? Let me check.
Okay, boo-boo.
This thing is a little. Yeah, whatever.
Oh, it is, huh?
No, it's fine. Don't worry. I
Can
got
you
it.
bring this forward and then you move forward?
No, they want me back so they can see the guitar.
Oh, no, move this and then you'll be even further back, right?
Okay.
And then you come forward a bit.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Thank you. That's good.
And move this back.
Okay, I got it.
Is it closer now to you?
Yep. I got it. Too.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Let me. Huh? Just make sure your mom is hooked up and all that, you know. Just check your email or just WhatsApp or whatever. Min?
Yes.
So we're gonna play this first.
Yes. She will say something. She will introduce us. Then she said without further introducing, just
She'll introduce first, and then we'll play this.
yeah we did, yeah.
So I can stay on Sonobus.
What do you want? You
I
could.
won't be able to hear her.
Oh.
You'll have to do this, like something.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Or actually, I'll just hear you play. And
Yeah, but do you have a time?
Time?
Do you think you have enough time to preparing when I hear? Or maybe I'm gonna just do something. Okay, I'm gonna start it. No.
I'll have enough time. I'll have enough time.
Okay.
Hold on, what? I was just told the audience can hear all this. But nothing like collective everything at this point. Gorgeous day out there in New York today. I don't know how it is everywhere else, but it's one of the best, nicest days we've had in a long, long time. Oh, I can't hear you, sorry.
Hey Rez, it's Randy Rain Rouge. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. How are you doing?
Pretty good. I'm just wondering if Min has her original sound on or not, because I'm not hearing her pipa very well.
I didn't play.
Oh, I did. Can you play just a little bit, Min, just to hear it?
Can you hear me?
I played a little bit. I think it's cutting in and out.
Now, Min, that's not your original sound that we had. Were you on Sonobus, Min?
Yes, I'm on the Sonobus right now. Can I hear us?
So I think what happens is we have some kind of a Zoom cutting in and out.
How about now? Try it.
No, this is not good. This is a how to say?
I wasn't on Sonobus.
Big delay. No, you can
Hold on.
use that
Hold
one.
on. How about now? Try this.
Can you hear?
Thanks, Red.
Oh,
I'm back.
okay.
We were talking. Now I can't hear you.
Oh, I see.
Right, hello everyone. Welcome to our fourth East Midwest Virtual Concert and Forum. I'm your host, Daisy Zhongbei. I'm a music faculty of Alfred University's Performing Arts Division and the director of the Confucius Institute at Alfred University, also known as CIAU. The mission of CIAU is to serve the growing demand of greater knowledge and understanding of Chinese language and culture. CIAU's monthly East Midwest Virtual Concert and Forum is a series and also is a mixed program of music performances, presentation, and conversation. Every month, we invite internationally recognized Chinese and Western musicians to perform the music, to exchange their artistic views, and to discuss the Eastern and Western music culture with our audience. So here, I first want to thank our partners of CIAU, the China University of Geosciences, also known as CUG, and the Chinese International Education Foundation. We also like to thank our co-sponsors of the event, from the support from the Performing Arts Division of Alfred University, the Music Department of CUG, and our local libraries. There are Almond 20th Century Club Library, the Cuba Circulating Library, the Hornell Public Library, the David Hall Library in Wellsville, and the Wang Library of Castile for their great support. I also want to thank all of you to being here tonight. So many friends here. Thank you so much for being here. So just some housekeeping remindings. The program will be recorded and broadcasted online. So our audience will be muted. If you're not muted, please mute it yourself, please. And because during the performance session, we hope you can leave your comments and questions to the chat box. During the discussion session and the Q&A session, you could unmute yourself, and our Assistant Director of CIAU, Susan Steere, we're here to address your question. If you'd like to ask your question by yourself, please raise your hand and we will unmute you. If you hope to get the information from our next month's event, please type your email address to the chat box and send it to our graphic artist organizer. Her name's Neria Leander. So hi Neria, and hi Susan. Thank you so much here for the help. Yeah, so without further ado, let's kick off tonight's concert with live performance by our guest artist tonight, Miss Ming Xiaofen and Miss Ras Abbasi. Wow, fantastic. Thank you so much for this. What's up? And what an energy. This is a wonderful performance. Thank you so much for the opening. So just now we listened to the music. It's from an album, which is our guest artist Min Xiaofen and the rest Abbasi's new project, The White Lotus. So I'm now very honored to introduce our guest musicians, Miss Yin Xiaofen. So Xiaofen is a pipa soloist, singer, and composer who transcends the border of genres, cutting-edge fusion. The New York Times hails her a pipa player like no other. And also, I'm already very honored to introduce you our guitarist, composer, and the 2021 Guggenheim Fellow, Mr. Abbasi. He's among a band of artists that pushing boundaries with preserving traditions. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you hear us?
Thank you.
Yes, we can hear you.
No delay, like the music?
That's a little bit of feedback.
Oh, is there the feedback?
Yeah,
Oh,
try.
Yes, thank you for trying so many high-technic new apps.
This is our first time. It's,
Yeah, for the Soundbox, you made a lot of practice for make this happen. Thank you so much tonight.
the thing is, you can't really practice the out of timeness that
Yeah.
you were hearing, the delay of music.
Yeah,
You know, so we're not really thinking about groove. We're thinking about, in a way, kind of textural playing. You know, within
thank you so much. That was fantastic. I like it.
thing.
Thank you. We enjoy it. So I saw a lot of comments from the chat box, and later you can read it. So Xiaofen,
Hi.
Miss Min, thank you for being here tonight. So would you like to tell us a little bit about the pipa?
Yes. You know, the pipa here I'm holding, and the pipa is a plucked string instruments. It's actually existed in China during the Qing Dynasty. Qing Dynasty is around 222 and 206 BC. And of course, the pipa has been played for 2,000 years, actually. So, but at that time, during that time, the pipa, how to say, the shape was, you know, different. So the shape is like a little sound box and with a long handle. And so also with the stretched strings. And the words of pipa made up of two Chinese syllables, P, I, P-I-P-A. And these are the two most common how to say technique to perform. And so P is use the right hand, first finger striking down. Pa is use thumb striking back, making sound like pipa. So for example, like this. Maybe I'm, you know, I hear the noisy. I don't know what's going on. So, yeah, rest probably is your stuff. And during the Tang Dynasty, 1818 and also around 907 AB, a pear-shaped wooden body pipa was introduced to China from Central Asia. So at that time, a pipa only had like 6 or 5 frets and was held horizontally. and they use the plakchung to play, not the finger picks. So during the Tang Dynasty, the pipa become a principal musical instrument, in the imperial court, and it was played a solo and with orchestral. So the pipa, how to say, use now is vertical. You see what I'm holding is a vertical and a modern version, and it has a total 30 frets, 6 large frets on the fingerboard, then 24 frets on the soundbox. So the pipa use chromatic scale. Toning is ADEA. And pipa also using the 5 picks. See, I have 5 picks, and on the right hand to perform. And so another main techniques for pipa is a 5 fingers, strong like flamenco guitar, like this.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Min 老师. I know you from your family are musicians, right? And how did you start to learn this instrument?
Of course, I was born very active family, musical family, and my father, he was a professor and pipa master educator. He taught at university, actually Nanjing Normal University, more than 60 years. So, my sister, I think everyone knows her, and she was a well-known erhu player. Erhu is a, 2-string Chinese fiddle. So, unfortunately, my sister passed away 7 years ago due to her health issue. And so my father, of course, I remember when I was young, I was probably 10 years old, and during the time I started painting, but I'm not very into the music instruments. So my father one day he just told me, he said, "Hey, I lend the pipa to your classmate." So then I get very jealous, and I said, "Okay, I want to learn." Then ever since I started, really I work very hard. After I remember after dinner I always practice 2 hours, and so yeah, that was my childhood memory.
Thanks. Because everybody, when I post your names like Min Xiaofen, some of our friends ask, is Min Xiaofen the sister of Min Huifen? We say yes. Oh, thank you so much. Xiaofen, you are showing us another kind of pipa. It says Nanyin pipa, right?
Yes. Nanyin pipa, also called because when I was all whole life I just play the modern version of pipa. So always this is the vertical style. So I always interested in the how to say horizontal style. So so this is why I brought this Nanyin pipa, and Nanyin music and is called living fossil of Chinese ancient music. It can be traced back to the Han and the Tang Dynasty, and it's the older form for the traditional Chinese music that still exists today in Fujian province and also Taiwan area, right? So the Nanyin pipa, you see I'm holding this Nanyin pipa is horizontally, and it has 14 frets, and it's still played, traditional way, use fingers to perform. So in the traditional, and so the pipa played also, pipa players in the tradition. Okay, so pipa player should be able to sing. So talk about when I how I study the Nanjing music. I went to Quanzhou. I stayed there for a month, and I just found out it's a kind of challenge, and because the Nanjing, when you sing in Nanjing, and the totally different kind of pronunciations, it's not like you speaking Mandarin. It's a Fujian dialect, and so also has a lot of rules, like when you perform the right hand, you can use the middle finger and pinky. Okay, you only allowed to use the thumb and the first finger and the ring finger. And when you're crossing your leg to other, you only can use the right leg cross to left. It's very uncomfortable, but because this this is a traditional style, so that's why there's a lot of rules, and also a lot of words. It's already disappeared because it's from the official, ancient official words. So it's already disappeared. So it's kind of a really challenge, So, but I'm gonna sing one song for everyone, and this song is called "The Trailers of Roses," 图米架, and the lyrical is about a day of shadows, and the magpie moors the spring, call out the heartbroken poems, and watch the purple swallows hold the mud returning home, yellow wasp and the beautiful butterflies flying together and the picking flower stains. Very beautiful. It's like a poem. 大波松日波中当天边际当地两地马扎竹松
Thank you so much， 明老师，谢谢。
Thank you.
It's very, it's a very ancient tunes. It's from the Tang Dynasty and Song Dynasty, right? So 荼蘼架 is also a very, it's a kind of like a very ancient tune from the of the Nanyin, Fujian, from Fujian province. So back to Raz. Thank you, 明老师。 Raz, yeah, I know you. I read that you're born in Karachi, Pakistan, and you moved to California in the age of 4. So I was wondering, is any Indian Pakistani music influenced you? You have any idea of the your Asian tradition? Since we're talking about the East Midwest. You unmute. You need to unmute yourself. Raz.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. It's very strange, this technology. Yeah, definitely. I've been influenced by the music. Yeah, I was 4 years old when we moved to California, but I definitely grew up as an American. I was outdoors a lot with a lot of friends. I used to surf. I used to ride motorcycles, all kinds of stuff. So, so in order to get back into my culture, it was basically my culture was only within the home. It wasn't outdoors. You know, it was mostly. I've had a lot of white friends, put it that way. You know, and some Asians and whatnot, but I didn't have too many South Asian friends, Indian or Pakistani. But the music is what got me back in. After I discovered jazz, I realized there was more to life than rock and roll, and jazz sort of opened the doors into all kinds of other music, as well as Indian classical music and the various types of Indian music. My father he's I would call him an amateur singer. He sang ghazals at weddings and whatnot, not professionally, but and so I sort of grew up hearing that on occasion, and that actually influenced me more than I expected, because when I finally met my wife, Kieran, she sang at the time a similar type of music called ghazal. This was 20 years ago, and so there was a reference there. I said, well, that sounds kind of familiar, not quite, but there's something there. So all this has influenced me. I studied Indian classical music as well, and that influenced my jazz playing. But I'm first and foremost a jazz musician who's very open, put it that way. I'm very open to anything that influences me outside of jazz, in fact.
Do you give us some demo or play something for us? Like play.
I have to put myself back on solo bus for a second.
Good.
A lot of what I got was Indian music. Well, I'm still getting quite a bit out of it, obviously. I haven't surfaced really, but there are these things. There are these musical areas called ragas, and they come from scales, but they're not scales. You know, the scale is within a raga, and I won't go into too much detail and technique, but essentially the raga has, within the raga, there's polarizations that that the performer needs to sort of concentrate on, put their effort into. Certain notes, certain areas, certain magnifications that they need to, evoke in their singing or their playing, which is very different than Western music, because Western music, we sort of learn a scale. And we play whatever we want within that scale. Especially in jazz, we kind of do everything possible within that scale, right? Which is a great thing, but it's very different than Indian music, in the sense that Indian music will really put emphasis on particular notes, and this is one thing I've gotten, is sort of a hesitation to play certain notes in my own music, not just go for everything, but sort of delay gratification towards certain notes, let's say. And I think, Min, can you press mute on your thing?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear something good. I can see you.
Raz, we cannot hear you. Hey, Raz. You muted. No.
Min, don't unmute.
Yeah, I can mute. Otherwise,
Okay,
because I'm control the solo bus. Okay,
Man,
go
this
ahead.
technology is driving me nuts.
Yes, crazy.
Anyway, so okay, now we're back. Okay, so thank you. So basically, in a nutshell, so there are certain notes. So, for example, Puriya Dhanashri is a raga that's really beautiful, and it's one of my favorites. And it's in B flat. Let's say the tonic is in B flat. I'm just giving you a quick example. Now the raga and the scale actually don't start on the root. They don't start on the B flat, which is the root. They start on the major seventh, which is this note. Right. So, and it skips the root. So this is just an example. Watch this. And that's exactly what's going on. So I delayed the resolution until later on in the piece. So I didn't start. I started and I skipped. That's the root. Okay, so that's an example. Now, my wife wrote it, which harmonized this, and some of the chords I came up with, I wouldn't have come up with if I didn't, deal specifically with these notes in this scale. And this is why it's influenced me as a jazz musician. So if I were to play that, those are harmonized chords within this raga. And they kind of they have a jazz sound to them, right? But whether you want to call them that or not. But so. And then I continued to harmonize.
Yeah, Mike would be fast about that.
So these are all chords based on the scale that she sings in, which is based on a raga. And so it's an interesting way of developing this idea of East meets West, because these chords obviously are not Indian chords, right? They're Western chords, if you will, European or American, what have you. But I was able to incorporate this with her melody. I'll go through the chords. It'd be nice if we heard her sing, but you can always hear her sing on her website, which is www.kiranmusic.com, KIRAN.com, music.com. But these are some of the chords that you can hear that develop from this tune. Back and forth how these chords move around.
Thank you so much, Raz. You speak a little bit quiet, but we can get you. But maybe when you talk, move close to the microphone a little bit. From my end, it's very quiet. But thank you so much. I know you have a piece of the video that you merge traditional Indian music with jazz, right? You're and your wife's piece, right?
Yes, that is called Tere Darshan, and it's quite a long time ago we did this, but this you can play an excerpt of it. It might be clearer, and yeah, I arranged this.
Let's see it.
Yeah.
Bravo! Thank you so much, Raz, for showing us. Actually, when we send out invitation and the posters to our friends, I got a lot of email, and some of them tell me that they're fans of you and your beautiful wife.
Oh, thank you.
So, yeah, here even in Alfred, we have a lot of people know you.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, thank you. Back to Xiaofen, 明老师. I know you're playing the pipa and you're a soloist from the Nanjing traditional Chinese orchestra, and you also won the first prize of Nanjing Jiangsu province pipa competition in China. So when did you move to the and why did you move to the U.S. and how did you become a jazz player?
Well, I was of course soloist with Nanjing Traditional Orchestra. I worked there over 12 years, and I have a very good job, stable job, and especially during the middle of 80th, we toured a lot of countries, and we went to Europe, we went to Asia, and the representative, of course, Chinese government, we did some cultural exchange. So, but after you play like 12 years with orchestra, play same repertoire again. So I was kind of a little bit feel bored, So and then I felt, I should go to, maybe I should go to other country to. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I just feel, well, I'm looking for a chance, opportunity. So I come to America.
You got a chance to first move to California, right? And I heard that I read that a news that there is a California Min Xiaofen Day one. Right?
Yeah, that was old. Yeah, that was the mayor of the San Francisco, Jordan. I remember his name was Jordan. Yeah. One day I have a concert. I think at the old First Church in San Francisco. Then suddenly, wow, the mayor, he didn't show up. His representative, showed up, gave me some awards. Okay, today is probably December 2nd. I forgot, like 1994, actually. 1994, December 2nd. In San Francisco, it's my day.
Was a Min Xiaofen Day, right?
Yeah,
It was such an honor. That's great. And
how do you find out?
yeah, I read a lot. That was amazing. So yeah, and also, could you play something like jazz, and who give you your influence, and you have maybe you have experience to work to play with jazz players, right? See.
Wow. I feel I'm extremely lucky. I feel when I moved to San Francisco, I very soon I met Chen Yi and Zhou Long, and I played their a lot of music from them. Chen Yi, Zhou Long, Tan Zhen, and also Philip Glass. Also, I premiered several American composers, especially pipa concerto, wrote for me, and like Daniel Schneider, and also Anthony Derides, and yeah, actually, I think I'm very lucky. And then I, met Wadada Liu Smith, who is a trumpet and composer. He's jazz trumpet composer, and he is the first one leading me to the jazz world. And then I met, when I moved to New York, and then I met Wadada Liu Smith. Oh, sorry, the Derek Bailey. He was he passed away. He was the greatest guitar player who he was living in how to say, England, and I met him and I recorded with him, and he inspired me not be afraid to use any sound. So then Yuhan Zhou, of course, is a saxophone and a composer, jazz saxophone and a composer. He inspired me to, be creative and be yourself. And also Randy Weston, and he introduced me to African rhythm and African culture. Of course, one of the most important jazz musicians, actually, he was Thelonious Monk, and I think everybody knows him. And he was American, one of the most influential jazz pianists and composers. And when you hear his music, when he plays piano, okay, so you hear the sound was so angular, and the melody dissonance, and combined with very unique rhythm. And his music encouraged me and to define my instruments. So now I'm gonna play one of the song, his music called "Ask Me Now."
Thank you, Xiaofen. 谢谢明老师。Very unique. Jazz in people in jazz. Thank you so much. I saw a lot of audience there. They love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Back to Raz. Hi, Raz. I'd like to show your 15 albums.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We visit your website and see lots of your CDs.
Wow, that's nice.
Lots of wonderful work. And are they all jazz?
I mean, they're all influenced by jazz for sure, because I'm influenced by jazz, so I can't take that out of me.
Yeah. So tell us about your what have you been working on for the past few years? So
Well, it's in chronological order. So the one from the top left is one called Django Shift. It's, recontextualizing Django Reinhardt's original music, original compositions.
Yes.
Most people know Django Reinhardt as a guitar, god, so to speak, and which he is, but they sometimes overlook, as I did, his compositional abilities. And so this record, rearranges his compositions, and I play them in my own style. That's the one on the far left. And then the one to the right of that's called Oasis, and that's with Isabelle Olivier. She's a French harpist, and that's with acoustic guitar and harp, and tabla, which is an Indian drum, and a drum set player. So that's got a very interesting textural aspect to it. We get into some interesting things, and you'll hear, actually, I think you have videos of some of these albums.
yeah, would you like to show us a video of the film you did with
Sure. Yeah, that was the next record coming up. It's called A Throw of Dice. This is a film score I did. New York Guitar Festival, the New York Guitar Festival commissioned me to do this a few years ago, and we performed live in front of the film, with the film, in a group, a quintet, I think it was a quartet. But then I enjoyed the music so much, even though I wrote it, I was very happy about the outcome. So I decided to go into the studio, and this is what the record came out as an audio version. But on my website, you can actually see the whole film with the soundtrack on there as well. So you're welcome to do that for free.
Right, yeah. Susan just put your website and Min Lao's website in the chat box, so our audience can check it. Okay, let's see it.
This is a little excerpt, a few minutes.
Thanks, Russ, for share this with us.
That is 1929 black and white film made by a German director with all an Indian cast and based on the Mahabharata, loosely based on the Mahabharata.
Yeah, thank you so much for let us know. So, Raz, we would like to congratulations to you again for being awarded as a Guggenheim Fellowship in 2021.
Thank you.
That was a great honor. Yeah, congratulations. And could you show us your latest project? So I thought we have another video, right? Neria, could.
Yeah, of course, it's hard to play all this stuff live because it's with a band. So yeah, if you want, the latest, the newest one is the Django Shift project. You can also play that. That highlights a trio.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
this
This one.
is my fretless guitar up front.
Thank you so much. And I saw a lot of great comments in the chat box. So from Paul Dice, hi Paul, great film score. Congratulations, Raz. A lot of friends here to leave a good comment.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So next, I'm gonna to show another project by Min 老师, by Xiaofen, which is Blue Pipa Trail. So Min 老师, before we play this video, share with our audience, could you share a little bit of the idea behind this program?
Oh, Blue Pipa Trail, right?
Yes.
And I think we skipped the blues things, but it's okay, right?
Yeah.
So okay.
So I don't think we have enough time, so that's right.
Skip.
Yeah.
You know, I always had a special interest in Chinese music and the film from the middle of 1930s. So, you know, at that time, Shanghai was a so-called golden age. So, you know, not just only the merchandise and the business and the class who, you know, helped the city in a strong position. Also, you know, the country, economically, and also the you know, industrial center, become the industrial center. And but also for the musicians and the filmmakers and other artists. So during that time, a great jazz history, had developed between American and China. And when the legendary trumpet and composer Buck Clayton brought a Kansas City swing to Shanghai and began work closely with the father of Chinese popular music, Li Jinghui. So I'll talk about Li Jinghui. Li Jinghui, contributed hundreds of the songs to the Chinese musical canon, and also he also was a pioneer. So he created the new musical form, which called 时代曲. 时代曲 means song of the era of the fall of the Qing dynasty. And also he organized the Bright Moon singing dance group, and allowing women perform on the stage. And also he began editing the children's magazine called Little Friend. He wrote many songs for children too. So of course Buck Clayton, he was a leading member of the Count Basie's Old Testament Orchestra. And he arrived in Shanghai 1935, performed at the Cathedral Ballroom in Shanghai. People call him Harlem Gentleman. Clayton and Lee, worked together to, form a new, unique blended American jazz and the Chinese music. At that time, the Chinese music adopted the standard actually jazz form, like AO 16 bars, and also chords and verses. And they use string, bass, guitar, and the horns, play string and the blues. So yeah, you can play some music, right? A video.
Let's see the video, the project.
My name is Xiaofen. I'm playing the pipa, a 4-stringed Chinese lute. I'm also a singer and a composer. The Blue Pipa Trio features my long-term collaborators, bassist Ding Johnson and guitarist Steven Sonarno. My newest project, From Holland to Shanghai and back, reinterprets the work of legendary jazz trumpet and composer Buck Clayton, a leading member of Count Basie's Old Testament Orchestra, Chinese composer Li Jinghui, the father of Chinese popular music, Count Basie and Duke Ellington. Buck Clayton brought Kansas City swing to Shanghai in the middle of the 1930s, along with Li Jinghui. He is credited for helping close the gap between American jazz and traditional Chinese music.
"带我细细
My goals are to remind people how they ushered in a brave era of Chinese jazz and helped change musical history. To remember these two legendary, forgotten composers, especially Li Jinghui, who was persecuted during Cultural Revolution, and his music was almost forgotten in China.
Thanks, Min 老师. That's a wonderful program. I think you really need to bring your Blue Paper Trail to Shanghai.
Hopefully.
Thank you. Then as a cultural exchange program, we will always showing our artists their collaboration experience with musicians around the world and their internationally experiences of performance. So we always ask this question, and we'd like to ask it again. How do you understand the music of a universal language?
Raz, do you want to answer first?
All right, Raz.
Just briefly, I mean, that's an interesting question, age-old question. I do see music as somewhat of a language, but I also see it not as a language, because the language is a direct communication of some sort. You know, we have language in order to evoke certain things and tell people their directives in you know, do this or let's go here, and they really have meaning to them. Music is a personal meaning. It doesn't have to be translated by anybody. There's no directness in music. If I play a C major chord, you know, there's going to be 7 billion people who hear that differently, or let's just say they don't even need to interpret that differently. They just feel that differently. So in music, there's no necessity for interpretation, whereas in language, English and whatever language, you know, thousands of languages we have on this earth, there is a necessity for interpretation and the directness. So that's kind of a vague answer, I know, but I don't necessarily believe that music is a language.
I felt, you know, without the music, the world would be not very pretty place to live, you know. So I feel music associated with the healing too. And also, you know, every time after I perform, even I didn't talk anything, I just perform, then I see people, the joyful and cheerful and or calm and relaxed, you know. So I feel, you know, the music definitely is healing. And of course, Daisy, do you remember, you know, you and me, you know, you and I performed the one-word opera together at Carnegie Hall 3 years ago. The concert was organized by, you know, the beautiful couple, right? The Zhang Jinghan, the opera singer, and her husband, great pianist and also opera singer. Jiajun, right? Wang Jiajun. Yeah. Oh, that concert was, I think, it's a perfect combination of the East meets West. Do you want to play, you know, a short video, you know?
Yeah. How about this? All right. Italian. That was a good memory. Thank you for mentioning that, Min Lao Shi. And that was a good combination with the Chinese instrument and the Western opera and the Western singing Italian operas. Thank you for mentioning that. And now let's move to our discussion and our performance with your big project, White Lotus. So at the beginning, you played the song, and you and Raz played the song from your new album, White Lotus. So this is a big project you just did with Raz. So so thank you for sending me the CD. I was enjoyed very much, and this one, and is your original score for the classical 1924 Chinese silent movie, The Goddess, 神女, right? So why did you choose this movie? And so how can you talk about a little bit this behind the album?
Oh, you know, just like I said, I always interested the film and music in the middle of 1930s, because Shanghai, during the time was a cosmopolitan city. So the film The Goddess was High Point's early Chinese cinema, directed by Wu Yonggang, right? So it has also it was released in 1934, and also is one of the most powerful silent movie of our time. So The Goddess was dismissed as decadent by Chinese scholar during the Cultural Revolution. So I still felt this film is still kind of hidden. So I wanted more people to get a chance to see this wonderful film and then learn about our history and culture, also Chinese instrument.
Thank you. Let's the movie The Goddess is a masterpiece and is widely regarded as one of the finest Chinese silent movie, right? And the title of the movie contains several layers of meaning. So yeah, I would like to ask Neria to show a short piece that Xiaofen and Raz. I was so touched by your performance there, and this was 2019, right? So,
Premiered on 2018, right? Around February, yes.
that was you played not only Pipa, also Sanxian and Ruan. It's great. So and also the most of the music, the title of the music from this album is kind of like Buddhism language, right? So the opening you play was I see that says Kakuna, right?
Yes.
Kakuna means passion, right? This is in compassion.
Right, you talk about first, first words, right? First song, Anika, impairments, and I used the alphabetical to use to put the sound list, and this all the the how to say the sound list is made is a Buddha word, a Buddha language, yes.
Oh, great. So, and also the CD, I know the CD's name is White Lotus. In Chinese culture, lotus is a symbol of purity. And so also you use this, your album name is, name of your album, title of the album is like have several layers of meaning. Just like the title of the movie, the goddess 神女. So your 洁白的莲花 is have lots of meaning too, right?
Yes, I felt the lotus, growing inside a deep mud, and but then when the flower reach the lights, become most beautiful flower. So also lotus means purity, enlightenment, and also rebirth and re-educate, how to say, generation. It's a lot of meanings there. So it's just like a goddess.
Right. So how did you compose this? How did you compose this music with this film? And any experience to share with us?
Oh yes. First of all, I want to, say how I met Raz, that's just short, make short, because, Raz and I, we performed for the great pianist, composer. His name is Daniel Kelly, right? Yeah, Daniel Kenny. Yeah, then I heard it, Raz perform. I just felt, wow, this guy just amazing, when he plays, just his fingers like a flying everywhere. And also his style just so unique. And I felt sound like it reminds me like sitar. So then I approached him. I said, "Hi, Russ." I said, I have a project coming. So do you want to be, my musician, to perform with us? Me, he said, yes. Then that's happened. The goddess name, we premiered it in 2018. And, when I composed this piece, of course, Rez is such a great musician. So he's composer. So I only probably wrote a 50% score, right? So most is a lot of improvisations because, I have to take advantage from such great musicians. So, when I compose this music, I have to make a lot of themes. For example, for the young mother, forced to work as a prostitute and struck to support his young son. So I used the Buddhist chanting and also voice with sometimes with electronic loops and surrounding, her, show her lotus-like purity. And then for her young son, I created a very simple, notes to emphasize, his innocence. The songs for the thug, the gangster and the gambler, I used a very ugly kind of irregular sound, dark, and then rest also solo on this part a lot. So, and the climax of this movie occurs when the young mother grabbed the bottle and smashed the thug on his head. So that time, that moment, I just decided, okay, that moment, totally silent, and let the action speak. Guys, you want to say something?
Thank you for sharing. Yeah.
There are a lot of decisions to be made in film scoring, a silent film, in fact, because, you have over an hour of silence. There's no, when someone walks, you don't hear their steps. When someone talks, you don't hear them talking. So if you, this is the experience I had. When you take out 10 seconds of music, suddenly there sounds like there's some kind of mistake. So Min was just talking about really using the silence as part of the music right there. When the woman hit the man over the head with the bottle, instead of us playing, I remember her saying, okay, no, I don't want any playing here. I want silence. And that silence was very magnified at that moment. So it's kind of reverse. We're using silence as a tool to magnify what's going on. It's really neat. It's an interesting experience.
Thank you for sharing. We have some your video for this album to share to a short video.
Yes, please.
Yeah. That's so great. Thank you so much for being with us and showing us so many your music. And from your performance, I feel your love and your care from the music. And I think that's the power of this album. And this is good news. In the end of our program, we have turned CDs. We were gonna to send 10 audience of this White Lotus CD and as our gift tonight. Thank you for being with us. So please send your name and mailing address to the email address event.ciau@gmail.com, which is Neria Leander will put in the chat box. So first come, first serve. So 10 audience can get this film, the album, the CD with Xiaofen and the rest performance. Thank you so much. Before we end this program tonight, we ask Susan if you have some question from the audience, and if they have some question to ask, so we can ask Xiaofen and the rest to answer for it.
Fine, no questions so far. Anybody? Any great positive comments? One says, thank you for expanding the roles of pipa in the globalized music world. I certainly see the individuality in your music. Here's a question. Do you think you have incorporated the elements of Chinese music and pipa sound into jazz blues genre? Or do you consider that you have incorporated the jazz blues elements into your own musical expression? So is it going this way or that way?
Always a combination, you know, you always can how to say it, borrow some phrases, then you develop your own style. And because we skipped one part, actually we have to talk about, supposedly talk about the blues and how related, you know, even Chinese has a Chinese style of blues. So unfortunately we don't have time, but you know, if we next time, I would love to show you how. Thank you.
Thanks for the question. And also, we know Xiaofen and the rest asked me to post the news, and they will have a release event, special release event on June 24th, right? Min Lao Shi?
Yes.
At 8 p.m. Eastern time. And also, please check Min Lao Shi, Xiaofen's and the rest website, and also their Facebook page for the release link. They will have an event and performances online. Don't miss it. Yeah. And here I also would like to invite you for another event, our next month's event, which is June 25th, with our internationally recognized famous composers, Master Chen Long and Master Zhou Yi. So they will be our next guest musician for our concert in June. So don't miss it. And please use the same Zoom link. The time is June 25th, 8 p.m. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. We appreciate it. And thank you, Raz, and thank you, Xiaofen, for your great time and patience for all these technical things. I know you spend a lot of time for the rehearsal. We spend hours and hours checking our sound setting. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for being with us, all the audience. And please keep your passion of our East with West music concert and discussion. Thank you so much. Have a good night, and see you in next month's event. Thank you. Thank you so much, Min Lao Shi.
Thank you, Daisy.
Yeah, here is a lot of good evening, and lots of in the chat box, and we will copy that and for you to read.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Good night.
Mahalo. It was really good. I listened on Douyin, Pipa, player over there. So that's why when I on a WeChat group, somebody posted this up. That's why I found it.
Oh, thank you so much. Are you William?
Yeah, William.
William. Oh, I thank you so much for joining us. Yes, thank you. That was fun.
Anytime.
And then thank you, Daisy. Give a big applause to Daisy.
Mahalo.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
yeah, fortunately we have to skip some parts, but because time.
Yeah, no, that's why I posted the fact that everybody gets the blues.
Yes, and maybe next time, just have, you'll find out, we will perform together with, on the 24th, we're gonna do a live stream on the YouTube. So hope you watch. Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you. Hi, Neria. Do you have a way to copy all this chat box comments, and then we can send it to Raz and Xiaofen? I did some screenshot.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. 谢谢明老师，辛苦了啊！今天演奏的很好。
I'm just feel just like a time just flying. Oh my God, that was almost like 1.5 hours already gone.
Yeah, we did a lot.
Right, you should cut off a little bit because I think we are.
I skipped some questions. I thought that I watching the time just
yeah.
We're 1 hour and a half.
Otherwise, we're gonna be.
This is very good. We have almost 80 some audience.
80. Wow.
Yeah, I saw lots of our old friends here. You got comments from a lot of people. So, 陈怡老师、陈怡教授给你留了言，然后高红老师，yeah, lots.
The sound is okay, right? This time, because we are just concerned maybe the balance, it's very hard to perform together because of the distance, 700-mile differences. I should mention because it's hard, it's challenge because always have some delay. Even we use the sonobus. Oh God, it's hard to use sonobus. I mean, we test still, it's very hard,
Yeah, this is a very good result, and I mean, this is because of the the technique thing.
Yeah, technique things always a headache, especially different in different location, so that's. Thank you, Neria. Did a good job. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and I'll let you have a good rest. And thank you all for joining us tonight. Good evening. Good night. 再见，谢谢大家。
Yeah.
Bye, everyone. Take care.